Hello everyone, my name is Smithy and welcome to my guide on Zalcano. Now, this guide is going to be mainly focused on farming crystal shards and doing Zalcano in mass worlds. I might make a guide at some point in small groups where you're mainly focusing on improving your drop rates on the uniques at Zalcano. However, you still are in with a chance of getting the uniques with this method. So first up, let's go through our gear setup. So we currently have graceful items pretty much. We're going to be needing weight reducing armor because we are going to be running around the room quite a lot. I've got a dragon pickaxe. Rune pickaxe works absolutely fine. I recommend wearing a Varrock armor. Because of the buffs that you get from that when mining. I also have a celestial ring that is uncharged for the exact same reason. Now, you can bring like regen stuff, maybe a 99 hit points cape or whatever the onyx bracelet thing is. I would throw those out the window and not bother with them. It's up to you. We've got food for a reason. We're going to want to prioritize our running. So, graceful works a lot better, I find. Inventory-wise, we have an Explorer's Ring, which can be replaced with stamina pots once we've used up all of our charges, because there is a function on it that you can recharge your energy on the Explorer's Ring. Then I've got Crambons. You can bring whatever food you like, really. I've just got shed loads of Crambons, so I kind of use those because I'm not going to run out anytime soon. Touch wood. You can bring brews, which are a good alternative if you have loads of brews or if you're a normal account. Obviously, you get more hit points per inventory slot there. And then I have a placeholder for crystal shards to drop into. And then a bunch of inventory spaces free. You're going to need at least 3 free. But then that will start to fill up when you start getting loot. You can switch on Zalcano from getting XP rewards or getting actual item rewards, which are mainly smithing supplies like ores, bars, gems, runes, that sort of thing. Resources, dare I say. So that was the original loot. You can now switch to XP, improved XP rates. We're not going to be going into XP rates in this video, but what you would do is just go downstairs and there's a person you can speak to and you can switch your loot options there. But requirements that you need for getting to Zalcano, Song of the Elves. You need Song of the Elves completed, which is what, base 70s essentially in skills, and the quest completed. And we're over in Prifddinas as well. The Spirit Tree drops us just here. You've also got the teleport to the Prifddinas library here. And then you just run down to the Never Eat Shredded Wheat, so southeast corner. And then it's literally labelled Zalcano's Prison. Ain't that handy? And there is a bank right next to us, which is over there. So nice for running between different inventories after you've run a few Zalcano KCs. Worlds I'd recommend 375, 378. They're normally pretty populated with people for the mass worlds, and that's what you want, because the more people in the room, the quicker the fights go, and the more you can get per hour, which means you can print even more shards. All right, before we do go and jump into a KC example, get the Zalcano utility plugin installed on your RuneLite. If you haven't got it, get it. It's fantastic. Highly recommend it, and it helps out with your KCs as well. Makes everything that little bit more reclined, you know? There's also the built-in Zalcano plugin as well, which you want to have turned on. So you want Zalcano and Zalcano utility. Also, True Tile, which is tile indicators, I believe. Yes, it is. You want to have destination tile, hover tile, current tile. You want to have all of those turned on as well. They're all good reference points for when you're doing your KCs. All right, so let's go down into the dungeon. First time here, you want to speak to the NPC here, and then you can also specify there about what you want to focus on, drops or XP. What's nice in here is you can see how many players are in the room at the moment. You can see there's quite a lot. There's nearly 30, and that actually scales how many of the tephra that you want to get. Now, around the 14, 15, 16 mark, you want 3. Probably at this size, 2 is probably all you're going to get time to actually throw. You saw there that happened really quickly. So, yeah, you're going to want to only mine a couple to get enough of the shield damage and then mining damage to actually qualify. So let's head in, and we'll wait for it to start. So when the when Zalcano pops up, one of these 4 ore, what are they called, rock formations will be highlighted that you'll get more mines per hour or whatever. Essentially, if you're doing one that is not glowing, so one of these, for example, you're going to mine pretty slowly. But on these, you can actually mine your resources pretty quickly. So there we go, we've got 4. So we're now going to run over to the furnace. You want to avoid these red symbols on the floor. They will drain your health and also your run energy, which is bad. The blue ones are fine. They're actually beneficial to you when you're fighting Zalcano. So we now want to run over to the imbue altar and imbue a couple of our tephra and then start throwing them at Zalcano. You want to do a couple, get them thrown off, and then you can do some more to try and up your shield damage because that increases your chances of actually drops. So now Zalcano's shield has gone down. If you've got a dragon pickaxe, don't forget to use the spec. And now we're mining Zalcano. And because there's so many of us, we're going to do it in one go. There we go. Zalcano has been defeated. And then if you've got enough, we'll drop. I find it's normally over about 10, especially in mass worlds this is. It's normally over about 10 contribution towards both that you'll qualify. Under that, you might do it. Really depends how many people are in the room. Now, there's some mechanics that we need to talk about for damage and avoiding damage that I'll talk about now. So we're going for another game. There is chip damage that is unavoidable. The other thing that can damage you is standing on these red things. So I will stand on one of those, for example. You see us starting to take damage and it's draining my run energy. Rocks will fall from the sky every now and then. But if you've got the right plugins on, they will be highlighted by just essentially avoid the yellow on the floor. Pretty straightforward. There you go. There's the chip damage. One thing you are going to want to watch out for is when the formations are up and running and you've got one highlighted, she will now and then shoot one of them and it will explode. So if it does, it will get highlighted. You just need to move 2 tiles away from it and you're all good, and move on to the next formation that is on the increased rates. When you are throwing the tephra, if you stand on the blue, you will actually do more damage. So if there is one near you, stand on it, but don't go out your way really in mass worlds to run and find one, because you'll just waste time and you won't get enough contribution to actually get a drop. There is a golem that it spawns as well. Again, in masses, you don't really need to worry about it. But if you are in a smaller world, you're going to want to take it down because it will heal Zalcano if it reaches it, which can be quite annoying, especially if you've calculated up how many tephra you need, and then this bloody golem comes along and tops it back up again. You're like, I've got to mine more. But if you do kill it, you get quite a lot of tephra. You get like 30 odd tephra. So yeah, it's more fuel for the fire to defeat Zalcano. But that's pretty much all there is to Zalcano. It's not a very difficult boss. Like I said, on mass worlds, you're only going to want a few because you haven't got the time. Literally, you're seeing how quick these KCs are. But with nearly 30 people in the room, 2, 3 is normally pretty good. Maybe even 1 if there's like 40 people in the room. You can see I've got those 3 off, and Zalcano's already down to half health, and there's probably some people here who kind of only getting 1, for example. But if you are doing, say, 14 people in the room, 3 to 4 is what you need. Less than that, you're going to want to get a lot more and bring less food and top up your inventory of more tephra. But that's pretty much all there is to Zalcano. It's quite a straightforward boss, and it's got a really sick pet, as you can see, and it's hiding under this player here. But yeah, I hope you guys have found the video useful. If you are new around here, please do consider subscribing, drop a like, and if you've got any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer them. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!